Make this transition.
724, you know, those guns were rather loud, Jason. You can hear them about anywhere. But in case you're having a hard time hearing anything, we have just the man to help you out. We have Dwayne Flagel here from Concept by Iowa Hearing Aid Centers here in Iowa. And we were talking this morning about not necessarily how loud a gun is, but just hearing loss in general and how it affects your family.
That's true.
All right.
Well, first thing I'd like to do is thank you for sending me the blue jacket memo.
You got that. Okay, so that's good, yeah? You got the right color buttons and everything?
We were told
I missed
this is what we're
button
supposed to
color.
wear.
Sorry, I messed up there. So.
Yours is black, though.
I know, mine's black.
We just learned last week.
I know.
Yeah, but you have the Jason shirt, though. I like that.
Yeah, I got the
Jason standard issue shirt, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
That's good, though.
Well, you know, we talk a lot about why you should get a hearing loss. I mean, get a hearing test, or have your hearing checked, or do something about your hearing loss, or your ability to not hear up to your expectations, which you should for your age, okay? And we've talked about the fact that you would probably be able to hear your grandchildren better. We talk about the fact that you're 5 times more likely to develop dementia. You're going to lose your memory 30% faster. You're 1,000,000 times more likely to get hit by a meteor.
Oh wow! All these things that could happen.
A lot of people don't know that.
Because if you hear a
yeah, right.
You
could be, yeah, right.
You gotta move
get
aside
out
a
of the
little
way.
bit.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I don't know what the rate is of getting hit by a falling safe, but I'm sure you're probably, you know.
Yeah, ask Wile E. Coyote about that.
Maybe he had a hearing problem. But I wonder, we were just talking that the holidays are right around the corner. You know, Thanksgiving's going to be here before you know it, Christmas, and that's when families all get together. And I can't imagine being in a room full of people and the noise going on and not being able to really know what's going on.
Well, I would bet that in your own experience, and certainly in mine, and we talk to a lot of people, you know, people will tell you that, and you can see that, you know, it's really a strain for everybody around you if you have a hearing loss. If you don't hear like you're supposed to, you rely on other people to hear for you, and you put, you know, you become a kind of a burden, so to speak, on that. And yeah, you know, if everybody loves you and all that sort of stuff, and they put up with it and all of those things. But if you really go back and think about it, I'm sure that you have in your own experience people that you've had to compensate for, you know, just do things. I know your father has a hearing loss. Now he's obviously trying to do something about it, but until he got to that point, it was difficult to communicate with him.
No question about it. It was difficult to communicate with him, or he had to repeat things over and over again, or you say, "I just told you that."
Yeah, and it gets to be a little bit annoying. In fact, it can be a lot annoying. And I've noticed that as you know, the couples that we get, a lot of them are, you know, a little bit older than normal. And I guess this has something to do with when you've been married 30 or 40 years, you tend to sometimes find things to pick on a little bit. You know, you may have noticed that couples tend to go like that just a little bit to each other. But really, seriously, I see a lot of times when, you know, I get into conversations, people, you know, you find out what you're doing and everything else like that, say, you know, a wife will talk about the husband, or the husband will talk to the wife, mostly the wife talking about the husband, not paying any attention, or, you know, he's
not
really
listening to me.
Well, you know, but I mean, but it is really a point of contention, you know, within the family, because, oh, you know, I wish, you know, oh, you still hearing it? Well, I wish he'd come and see you, because, you know, he does this, yada 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 yada. You know, it goes on and on and on, and it really becomes a problem, you know.
Do you have a lot of people come in as couples?
Yes.
That both have hearing issues, or?
Well, usually it's one is, you know, that sometimes happens, certainly, but most of the time it's one person really needs them.
And usually it's the wife dragging the husband in, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is usually, but it's I've seen it the other way many times too. So it's that way. I guess you'd have to say the difference is generally speaking, women are a little bit smarter, you know, a little less. You know, against it, I guess you'd have to say. I mean, they'll come more willingly than what the husband will.
Because guys are a little more stubborn. They don't want to admit they have something going on.
It's the John Wayne syndrome. You know, we're macho, we're 100%. You know, and you know, like I say, you had 2 knees replaced. You know, yeah, bypass and and glasses and everything else like that, but your hearing's just fine, But,
Right.
Now, I know some people might say, well, if I don't want to go get a hearing test because they cost too much, my hearing's fine, I'm just wasting my money. What does a hearing test usually run?
Zero.
It doesn't cost anything.
No.
That
Hearing-
seems reasonable.
Yeah, I can afford that.
We're going to have a sale next week.
Oh, are you? 50% off? Yeah. Okay. So, but seriously, that's something that maybe you might, if you
might
have
like to
somebody
say
that you suspect has a hearing loss.
Yeah, you have absolutely nothing to lose, okay? Find out where you are. You do have an awful lot to gain, and really, you will enjoy life. It's a quality of life issue. It really is. It's nothing else, everybody around you will be happy if you have a hearing, if you have a hearing loss and you get it taken care of. Not only will you have all of the personal benefits, and I particularly like the fact about cutting down the chances of getting hit by a falling safe. But other than that, I think
It's a good benefit.
Yeah, that's a good benefit.
Nice
It's
Benny
one
that
of
goes
those
along
little
with
tiny
it.
things
All right, you have a couple of locations around town, don't you?
We have a couple of locations
Yeah.
around town. One on the
Like 17 of them, folks.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. We lost track of the count or something like that. It varies, I guess, depending on how you count them. But anyway, we have about 17 locations. We have in Des Moines. We have two. One on the east side at basically Copper Creek over in that area, and one on the west side in Valley West Mall. We have a special this month. Our Premier 7 hearing aid. We're selling those for 20% off this month. So it's a very good opportunity to come in there. And if you say you saw it on Great Day, we'll give you an additional $50 per hearing aid off.
There you go.
There you go.
That's perfect. Thank you, sir. Good seeing you.
Thank you. Good to